Let me ask you something. What's the difference between a guy who emptied his bank account for a used Porsche and a billionaire who just spent $40 million on a car he will never drive? Apparently, 6 levels. And today, we're climbing through every single one of them. Because supercar is one of the most abused words on the internet. Some of these machines stopped being cars a long time ago. Status symbols, trophies, legends. And one of them is basically a country's entire GDP on 4 wheels. Let's get into it. Level 1. The gateway drug, $20,000 to $50,000. Used sports cars. Every addiction has a starting point. For car people, it's usually something like a used Porsche Boxster, a Nissan 370Z, or a C6 Corvette, bought on a payment plan, insured for way more than it's worth, and driven like the owner is auditioning for Fast and Furious. Is it a supercar? Technically, no. Does the owner tell everyone at parties it's a supercar? Absolutely. This is the level where the obsession begins. Where you start watching YouTube videos at 2 a.m. about cars you can't afford. Where you justify the purchase by saying things like, it's an investment. It's not an investment. But we respect the commitment. Level 2. The I did the math purchase, $50,000 to $150,000. New performance cars. Somewhere between a raise, a bonus, and a very understanding spouse. This person bought a new car. A Porsche 911, a BMW M3, a Mercedes-AMG GT. At this level, the engineering is serious. The driving experience is real. And the owner has officially crossed the line where they correct people who call it just a sports car. It's not just a sports car. It's a precisely engineered driving instrument that they drive to brunch. Level 3. Okay, now we're talking zone, $150,000 to $400,000. Actual supercars. This is where the word finally earns its meaning. Lamborghini Huracan, Ferrari F8, McLaren 720S. Mid-engine, active aero, 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. At this level, the car starts making decisions for you. You don't casually drive a McLaren. You negotiate with it. You respect it. You approach every corner like you're defusing a bomb. Also, and this is important, valets are terrified of you now. Level 4. The waiting list, $400,000 to $1 million. Halo models and brand flagships. Here's where it gets interesting. Because at this level, money is no longer the main requirement. Ferrari 812, Lamborghini Aventador, Porsche GT3 RS. You want one of these? Great. Get in line. Behind the people who already bought 4 Ferraris and attended the factory tour and had dinner with someone from the brand in Maranello. Ferrari has literally rejected buyers for being the wrong kind of customer. Imagine being told your $500,000 isn't good enough. Welcome to Level 4. Level 5. The Hypercar, $1 million to $3 million. A completely different species. We need to stop calling these cars Bugatti Chiron, Koenigsegg Jesko, Pagani Huayra. These are hand-assembled, physics-defying, 1,500 horsepower philosophical statements that happen to have 4 wheels. The people who buy them mostly don't drive them. They store them in climate-controlled garages, next to other cars they don't drive, guarded by security systems that cost more than your house. But they could drive them. And that's the point. Level 7. The Rolling Museum, $15 million to $50 million plus. Cars that are basically currency. And then there's this level. A 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO, a McLaren F1 in original spec, a Bugatti Type 57 Atlantic. These aren't cars anymore. They're assets. They're history. They're the kind of thing that gets mentioned in wills and fought over in Swiss courts. The buyer isn't a car guy. They're a collector of civilization. And the car hasn't moved in 11 years. But it's worth more than a small country's GDP, so nobody's complaining. Close. 7 levels. One word. From the guy who maxed out his credit card on a used Boxster, to the family office that just quietly acquired a piece of automotive history for $40 million. They'll never meet. They'll never be in the same room. They probably don't even think about cars the same way. But somewhere deep down, they both just want to go fast. Some of them are just better at hiding it behind tax strategy. If you thought Level 4 was wild, wait until you see what it actually takes to buy a Ferrari at Level 5. That video is next.